The polished hallway echoed with a sound far more devastating than any medical prognosis, the raw, furious sobs of a girl who could feel her legs, but couldn't command them, and the silent, paralyzed despair of the billionaire mother who could buy anything except the one thing that mattered. 13-year-old Lily Vance was a prisoner in a titanium cage. A year after the car accident that shattered her spine, her world had shrunk to the confines of her wheelchair and the sterile, lavender-scented halls of the Willow Creek Rehabilitation Center. The doctors used words like incomplete injury and guarded prognosis, but Lily heard only give up. Her mother, Alara, a tech billionaire who commanded boardrooms with a whisper, stood helplessly by, her wealth a useless monument to her failure. Leo Chisholm moved through these same halls as a ghost, a janitor in worn-out shoes. He was meant to be invisible, a silent eraser of scuff marks and spills. His world was one of quiet struggle, a small, damp apartment, a son, Sam, who needed shoes he couldn't afford, and the lingering grief of a daughter, Chloe, lost to leukemia. He understood helplessness. He drowned in it. One early morning, he heard the storm before he saw it. Lily was screaming, a heart-wrenching sound of pure anguish. "I can feel them! They want to move!" Elora stood frozen, phone in hand, trying to summon another expensive specialist to fix the unfixable. Leo's rules were simple: look down, be quiet. But the memory of a kind nurse who'd brought his dying daughter a popsicle at 3 a.m. surfaced. Some acts weren't in the job description. They were in the human description. He approached, his knees cracking as he knelt to meet Lily's tear-filled eyes. Elora shot him a look of irritated dismissal. He ignored it. "I ain't a doctor," he said, his voice a gentle gravel. "Just Leo. But my late wife, she was a physical therapist. She'd say your brain is like a river. An injury blocks it, but the water's still there, pressin' behind. It just needs a new channel." He told Lily to close her eyes. "Don't think about walking. That's too big. Think about one tiny muscle, the one that wiggles your big toe. Imagine it like a little candle flame." The hallway fell silent. A minute passed. Then Lily's eyes flew open. "Hey, twitch!" I felt a twitch. It was likely a phantom spasm, but to her was a universe of possibility. It was a spark. Leo nodded, returned to his mop, and vanished. But the spark remained. Alara, a woman of data and logic, was baffled. The words of a janitor had done what $1 million in therapy could not. Ignited hope. Swallowing her pride, she tracked him down. She found him scrubbing a floor, the smell of bleach clinging to him. "Mr. Chisholm, I need you to work with Lily. At our home. As her coach." She named an hourly rate that made his head spin. It was a lifeline thrown to his drowning finances. He saw the desperation in her eyes, the mirror of his own past despair. "Okay," he said, "on two conditions. I do it my way, and you be in the room." Not her CEO, her mom. The sessions in the Vance Mansion's pristine home gym were unorthodox. There were no machines, just visualization, fierce concentration, and Leo's steady, encouraging voice. He spoke of the feeling of grass under bare feet, the burn of a muscle climbing stairs. He brought Sam over, and the two boys' laughter, one from unimaginable wealth, one from tangible struggle, echoed through the cold house, thawing something in Alara's heart. Weeks passed. Flickers became tremors. Hope grew. After a breakthrough session, Alara handed Leo a thick envelope. "Your bonus." It was stuffed with cash, a year's rent, a reliable car, security. It was a fortune. He looked from the money to her face. He didn't see generosity, he saw a transaction. A billionaire's solution: quantify the problem and make it go away. The gratitude he'd felt curdled into something cold. Slowly, deliberately, he placed the envelope on a glass table. "No." Alara was stunned. "It's what we agreed. We agreed on a wage. This is you trying to put a price on what's happening here." Her hope. Her fight. My belief in her. He shook his head, his dignity a stark contrast to his worn jacket. "That's not in your budget." He walked out, leaving the fortune on the table and driving home to his dark, cold apartment. He had just chosen principle over survival, and terror gripped him. He had no way of knowing his refusal was the key that would finally unlock Alara Vance's heart. The rejected money changed everything. The formal chill in the mansion thawed into a hesitant warmth. Alara stopped managing and started participating. She brought Leo terrible diner coffee because he liked it. She asked about Sam. She saw the man, not the janitor. His patched jacket, his quiet dignity, his profound belief in her daughter. Then, Leo didn't show up. An hour passed. Worry, sharp and personal, pierced Alara's usual composure. She called. No answer. Driven by an impulse she didn't understand, she drove to his apartment building, a world away from her own. Sam answered, his face pale with worry. The apartment was dark and cold. The power was disconnected. Leo was on the couch, shivering with fever, wrapped in a blanket. The disconnect notice on the fridge. The missed work. The doctor's bill. It all crashed down on Alara. This was the reality of the man who had refused her fortune. He was choosing to shiver in the dark to protect his dignity. Her corporate armor shattered completely. Okay, she said, her CEO voice now infused with fierce compassion. New plan. She didn't write a check. She made calls. A medical team arrived for Leo. Sam was bundled into her car, fed pancakes by her chef, and played games with a delighted Lily. An electrician restored and upgraded the apartment's wiring. The bill vanished. When Leo woke, lucid and warm, Alara was sitting by his bed. You took care of my daughter, she said, her voice thick. Let us take care of you. It was the beginning of a true friendship, forged in shared vulnerability. Leo recovered, his spirit bolstered by unexpected support. And Lily, witnessing it all, saw her mother rediscover her humanity. She saw Leo, who had nothing, give everything. Her determination solidified into unbreakable will. The day it happened began like any other. Lily was on the parallel bars, her body trembling. Leo was calm. Just one step. Lily, girl. Light the candle. Lily closed her eyes, room held its breath. With a groan of supreme effort, her right leg slid forward an inch. Then her left leg followed. A clumsy, shuffling, two-step movement. It was walking. A half-sob, half-gasp escaped Alara. Tears streamed down her face. Leo's eyes were wet, a proud smile breaking through. Lily looked down at her feet in disbelief. I did it, she whispered. Then, a triumphant cry. I did it. The celebration was pizza in the kitchen, messy and real and perfect. But Alara was not done. She had learned the meaning of true investment. A week later, she gathered everyone at Willow Creek. Leo stood to the side, confused in his janitor's uniform. This center bears my name because I funded it, Alara announced. But its soul belongs to Leo Chislom. She launched the Lily and Chloe Foundation. Its mission, to provide rehabilitation regardless of ability to pay and to employ hope coaches. People like Leo, who could offer the human connection technology could not. She offered Leo a directorship, a chance to shape the program with his hard-won wisdom. The audience applauded, but Leo wasn't looking at them. He looked at Alara and Lily, his family forged not by blood, but by compassion. He had come to clean floors and hide from his grief. Instead, he had helped a girl walk, reminded a billionaire how to feel, and found a purpose that would ripple outward, changing countless lives. He had learned that the smallest act of kindness could be a current strong enough to change the course of many lives, and that true wealth was found not in a bank account, but in the courage to reach out a hand. Moral of the story: the most profound transformations begin not with wealth or power, but with the courage to offer a simple act of kindness and the humility to accept it.